Over the last few weeks, we have been building our 30 by 48 foot pole barn kit from backwoods buildings. Mainly setting posts and getting those perfect to the best of our ability. Half an inch.
Half an inch?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I trust the laser more than I trust the string. Hope we did that right.
In the last video, we started putting up the first truss.
I didn't think this one through very much, Molly. I think this might have to be a two-personer job, and you're sure as heck ain't getting up here on this thing. I literally have no idea how I'm going to be in two places at once.
But it took some time to figure out how to get them up with just a single person.
That's going to be a tall building. Holy moly. Well, the sun's headed down, and I got 3 of these trusses up today, which I feel decent about. I wasn't sure how today was going to go, especially since Pops wasn't able to help me. I wasn't sure if I was even going to be able to put these up by myself, so I feel pretty good about that. We ended up taking most of the middle of the day off because it's literally like 100-something degrees out here. It is absolutely brutal. But tomorrow morning, I got a system together now on these things, and I think I'll be able to knock these out really fast. So I'm going to go get some dinner and get in bed. But I also meant to say that I got these ratchet straps holding this thing down to the tractor and to the man lift. So hopefully if we get any winds throughout the night, we won't have any issues with these things folding over, hopefully.
Last truss, how we feeling?
This is going much better than I ever anticipated, Molly. I mean, other than the horrible heat, it's going pretty good. So we kind of got it down yesterday on how to do it, and we put up this first truss today in what, I don't know, 30 45 minutes tops. So we didn't beat the heat. I mean,
There's no beating it.
Just to be completely frank with you guys, I slept in this morning because I was beat yesterday. So I didn't really screwed myself there because now I'm in the sun again.
Yep.
I had one shady, some part shade. Now I'm in full sun again. But we're gonna get this last truss up. We're gonna get it braced off, and then we're gonna break for lunch, Molly.
I like that.
I know you like that. I know I'm speaking your language.
No, I don't turn down food these days.
Fried chicken.
Okay.
I know you want to turn into a chicken before the end of this.
I'm gonna birth a chicken.
All right, the only thing we gotta do different on this one is we gotta spin it 180 because we gotta make sure it's the angle iron is the flat side of the angle iron is facing out, because that's where we'll mount any sort of trim boards to or anything like that later. So this last one will get spun 180, but other than that, get her done. Yeah, I know it's a little sketchy the way we're going about it, but it just works just fine. And it's, you know, using things we already have. Of course we could rent stuff, but this works. So get that thing lifted up there. The only things you got to really keep in mind are making sure that the man lifts on pretty level ground, and making sure that these trusses don't catch on anything as they're going up, because if they catch, you could literally tip it over pretty quick. But it's up there, and believe it or not, that man lift isn't even up that high compared to how high it can go, so it's still pretty stable where it is. Now I'm gonna get my ladder out, measure the truss to make sure it's the right distance on the ends. It's 1.5 inches off the edge of the post, and on the middle post it's centered on the post. So I'm gonna get that right, mark my holes, drill through bolts for carriage bolts, and get them fastened. Getting real windy out here, and it's lunchtime, so I'm getting her strapped down good, because of course it's been stale with no wind the entire time we're building this whole thing, and the time we need it to not be windy, it's windy.
But it's up.
But it's up, brother, sister, brother from another mother. No, let's not do that one. Now I know you have that random drawer in your house that's full of all those small Allen wrenches and miniature screwdrivers with all the weird shaped bits and things from all the kits of stuff that you've put together over the years, and it's all disorganized. But with the help of today's sponsor, I'm gonna help you clean that up. iFixit has you covered with their back to school sale, where you can get up to 15% off some of their most popular precision bit sets, like the very affordable pocket-sized minnow set that includes 16 bits, or their moray kit, which includes 32 bits and includes a lot of the larger size bits that you commonly need, as well as the mahi set, which includes 48 bits, a 1/4 inch driver, and a lot of the larger sized bits. The mako bit set includes 64 of some of the hardest to find bits, so you can pretty much fix anything with this. And lastly, an incredible value with the Manta Precision Bit Set, where you get 112 bits, a 4mm driver, as well as a 1/4 inch driver. You can pretty much fix anything on the planet with this. iFixit is all about fighting for yours and I's right to repair, and they do that by selling these kits. So if you're interested in supporting that cause, as well as picking up a pretty sweet set of precision driver bits, check the links in the description below, where you can get 15% off, which is a phenomenal deal. Let's get back to the video. It is another insanely hot day. Cannot emphasize that enough. It is just stale and hot. It's not even crazy humid, I don't think. It's just miserably hot. But there's something that I've been needing to do, and I've been desperately trying to avoid, which is cleaning up this stack of lumber, which fell over the other day, and stuff is just all out of whack. And before this stuff starts getting warped and things, I need to pick this whole stack up, get it rearranged. And also, while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and sort every single board so that I can cull out any bad ones, as well as get the crown of the board, so if there's an arch in the board, facing all the same directions, so that when we go to put them up on the roof, we can put those up, you know, facing upwards, the crown going over, so over time as it sags, it'll kind of level itself out instead of there being a dip in there. So a lot of work to it, but it's got to be done.
liking it?
That's hotter than a hoochie coochie out here, Molly.
You don't have to tell me.
How's your filming booth setup going here?
Yeah.
You need a little bit more of a telephoto lens.
Yeah.
You need one of the ESPN cameras.
Yeah.
You could sit in the house and just film me.
Oh, no.
You could sit in your pool. You could sit in your pool with the old ESPN camera. One bay to go, Molly.
Good job.
One bay to go. Well, I gotta screw these in. I'm fighting the man lift because it's dying on me.
Always something, huh?
It'll be early morning. We got rain coming next week. Well, not that next week. This week. Into this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have the roof on before then, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's another day and we've got Pops here helping us out, so we're gonna knock out this last bay this morning and then start doing our blocking and fascia and getting this roof squared up and hopefully ready for steel. As always, order of operations is important, and we're running into snags, so we're kind of switching up things. So we're kind of running out of good material here, and we know we're gonna have to go take some back to the store and get different material. We cut all of our ends off to start our fascia, realized we weren't gonna have enough boards to do the fascia fully. So we're gonna switch up and do some blocking, and then around lunchtime we'll go get some more materials, and when we get back, we'll continue working on that. So now what we need to do is I need to shimmy along the top of this building while Pops is in the man lift down here on the end, and we're gonna pop lines down the center of each bay, and that'll give us a line to put our blocking on, because we decided we're gonna put blocking in between each of these purlins, which is not necessary, but it's gonna make sure our boards are nice and straight, make running metal a lot easier. So it's worthwhile doing. It's also gonna add a lot of strength. So he's been cutting a bunch of blocks. We're gonna throw a string line or a chalk line up there and do my...
Hope you don't fall?
Hope I don't fall. Yeah, I'll be alright. Don't wish worry. I'm wearing my cowboy hat.
Oh,
If it gets to rocking and rolling, don't worry, I'm a cowboy. Well, folks, we did not get what we wanted done yesterday. Pretty much only got blocking done and the last purlins up. Didn't get nearly as far as I actually thought we would. And we've also run into a bit of a problem that I'm tasked with solving today, which is that a lot of our purlins are all squiggly. And that's because there's a handful of bad ones in the mix. And when we put our blocking in, some of them decided to follow the bad one instead of straightening out. So now I'm tasked with getting all these purlins pulled straight and in line so that we don't miss them when we go to put our roof metal on. And I don't know how in the world I'm going to do that, so we're just going to start doing stuff and seeing what works and what doesn't work, to be honest with you, because, and let me tell you, Molly, it's getting to me.
I bet.
It's getting to me. It's going to be a slow one today, let me tell you. We're already starting way late, but that's all right. Sometimes you just need to take a little day at half speed.
Mm-hmm.
That insult to injury, it's raining. And it's a 0% chance of rain today, yesterday, the next few days. Yesterday it decided it needed to rain for a little bit. What is this? There's blue skies. What is going on?
I mean, it's overcast.
Oh, I can tell you this. You want some job security? Be a meteorologist. Because you can be wrong 7 days out of the week and still keep your job.
I think it's just a blip.
Alright, so my first attempt at fixing this is going to be with these blocks, which go up in the top. See, I think the problem is that my top boards weren't really straight when they started. They had bows in them. So then when I added in the blocking, they just sort of followed the same bow. So my thinking is, if I put these blocks in the middle at the top, it forces both of them to have to be straight on each side, thus straightening both sides at once, in theory. Again, in theory. Well, folks, you're going to have to stick around and wait to see whether or not that actually fixed the problem or not. It's a little hint for you in the next week's video, but that's all we got for you.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.